Now, damn, man, I ain't gonna lie to you guys. Some of the things that we're hearing now Diddy gets sued for is like things that we used to see back in the day in movies. Now, hit that bell up so you guys do stay notified whenever I go live or I drop a video here in the Smack House. Now, man, listen, Diddy has found himself in another lawsuit. This one is gonna probably cost him, well, we don't know, but they're seeking 10 million. Now, if you guys didn't know, Diddy has found himself in a bunch of lawsuits lately. I mean, Busby supposedly has 120 victims ready to come forward, and Diddy's still behind bars fighting bail. He hasn't been able to get bail, and things are not looking that good for Diddy, and it seems like he's might gonna have to sit behind bars until March till his whole trial comes out. Now, if you guys have been staying up to date here at the DaShmackHouse, then you will know that that boy Diddy has been doing any and everything to be able to get in contact with people that he's not supposed to be talking to. Supposedly using other inmates' code numbers to be able to call people that he's not supposed to be calling. And I'm saying, like, yo, listen, man, Diddy just doesn't learn. And this is the reason why he hasn't been able to get bail. Because the judge is looking at him like, listen, man, if we can't even control you behind bars, how are we gonna control you out in the free world? Now, if you guys didn't know, this woman that goes by the name of Brianna Bangolin, aka Banna, a good friend of Cassie back in the day, is now coming out to sue Diddy for $10 million. Because she's claiming that in 2016, at around September 26th of that year, she was staying at Cassie Ventura's apartment somewhere out in Los Angeles. And in the early mornings of that day, Diddy came through knocking the door. And supposedly when Diddy walked in the apartment, he was super furious and he grabbed Banna and he put her over the balcony on a 17th floor high building. And he said, "Did you know what you do? Did you know what you do?" Quickly then saw that Cassie and Banna's friend was looking at him. He brought Banna over the balcony again. But instead of just putting her down, he tossed her in some patio furniture. Damn, Diddy is a demon. Listen, man, we don't know why Diddy was so upset, but we do know that this girl Banna was in charge of handling Diddy's merch line. We don't know what she did. She probably gave somebody 50% off. What, she ran a Black Friday sale on a regular Tuesday? We don't know. But Diddy was ready to crash out. And the reason why this young lady probably didn't lose her life was because Cassie and this young lady's best friend was there to witness the whole thing. Now, years later, we're finally coming out to hear this whole story break out. But this is not the first time we're hearing this story. Because if you guys don't know, in that $30 million lawsuit that Cassie settled with Diddy, Cassie talked about this incident. We just didn't know exactly who Cassie was talking about because it was stated as a Jane Doe. Now, I'm sitting here trying to put two and two together and try to figure out, well, why was Diddy so upset at Banna? Well, we look back into the timeline, we see that Banna and Cassie met in around 2014. Banna claims that throughout the years, she witnessed a lot of Diddy's bad behavior towards Cassie. Now, if you guys don't know, one of the things that could get a man upset, especially to the point where he might want to dangle somebody over a balcony like he did to Banna and potentially probably take a life, is when a grown man loses some money. Now, if you don't know how Diddy rocks with his money, Diddy's one greedy ass magoon. And trust me, when you play with his bread, he's gonna make you feel it. Now, it seems like Banna might have been running her mouth behind the scenes. Yeah, I mean, Banna might have been talking to other people of the things that Diddy was doing to Cassie. Those things might have got around to the wrong ears to potentially put Diddy in a situation where he might have lost the deal. Now, it's interesting to see how this is all gonna work out because Banna's now coming out to say, well, listen, that was me that Cassie was talking about in that lawsuit. And we would like to also find out, is Banna also been cooperating with the feds previous to this lawsuit? Because Cassie did talk about her in her initial lawsuit that Diddy settled for $30 million. 2016 was just a crazy year for Diddy, and we gotta look at it like, damn, Diddy was really on some demon timing on 2016. Because this incident happened in September, but if you guys don't remember, in March of that same year, Diddy is seen in a Los Angeles hotel yoinking Cassie down the hallway after Cassie was seen trying to leave the hotel after her and Diddy had supposedly got into an argument. Now, Diddy is seen running after Cassie down the hotel room, yoinking her back into the hotel room, but not only yoinking her, but also abusing her at the same time. This video went viral and Diddy did come out to apologize, but a few months later after this video came out, Diddy was arrested. And people are speculating that this video was put out by the feds to make Diddy look a certain certain way before they came to pick him up. I personally don't think the feds leaked this video. It looks like to me more like maybe Cassie's lawyer might have been the one that leaked this video. But I guess we'll find out later on in court filings. Now, speaking of lawyers, man, I'm gonna tell you one thing that Diddy gotta do as soon as he can. He gotta get rid of this lawyer. Because one of the reasons why I think Diddy's still behind bars is because of this lawyer. Now, if you guys don't know, Diddy's lawyer claims that the reason why he brought Diddy to New York was because he felt like the feds were ready to move in. Diddy's lawyer supposedly was working closely with the feds throughout the months after Diddy's house was raided, letting the feds know all the whereabouts of where Diddy was going, traveling to. Man, listen, he was even letting the feds know every time Diddy was gonna take a dump. I'm just saying. But according to Diddy's lawyer, he thought it was a good time to bring him to New York because he thought that the feds was gonna move in. But the problem is that it's not like Diddy came to New York and he was just chilling in his hotel room or wherever he was staying, just relaxing and cooling, waiting for the feds to come knock on the door. Diddy was outside in the hood being seen with everybody. I mean, people that he haven't seen in years. He was in the hood just hanging around with regular people that, you know, were just on the block, and Diddy was just pulling up. Diddy was just living life like a regular civilian towards the last few days, as his lawyer had told him, listen, the feds are gonna come knocking on your door anytime soon. But the problem is that the feds saw Diddy as a threat, being that he was running around New York City. The feds were scared that Diddy might intimidate witnesses as he was out and about meeting up with people that he was never seen before, and some people that he haven't seen for years. Now, the reason why I say Diddy gotta get rid of his lawyer, man, is because if Diddy would have just stayed in LA, Diddy probably would have still been a free man. I honestly think that the feds rushed this moving in and locking Diddy up because they potentially thought that he was gonna intimidate some witnesses, and bringing Diddy to New York is just not the place where they should have brought him. Diddy's lawyer should have just left Diddy out in Los Angeles, cooling in his LA mansion. Now, Diddy supposedly has been running the jail cell, man. Listen, man, like I told you guys before, he's been using other inmates' code numbers to be able to call people he's not supposed to. He supposedly hasn't been eating no jail food at all. Just a few days ago for Thanksgiving, he was given some turkey, cranberry sauce, mashed potatoes and gravy, some pies, but Diddy refused to eat anything. He thinks that the food is poisoned. So he's been starving himself to death. Well, as far as we know, he's been starving himself to death. I personally think that Diddy got some COs on payroll, man. He's getting some good old mac and cheese, Mickey D's, caviar, you know what I'm saying? Some salmon, some steak on the plate. Listen, man, I know Diddy's not in there eating no jail food. Diddy is definitely in there eating probably better than us that's out here in the free world. Make sure you guys hit that bell up above, man, so you do stay notified whenever I drop a video. Let me know what you guys think of this whole situation, man. You guys think that Diddy's gonna come home on bail? I mean, this is his third try and he still hasn't been able to. He hasn't been able to stay off the phones, try to intimidate people that could potentially come and testify against him. Diddy's pinned against a wall, and it seems like he's doing any and everything to get up out of this situation that he's in. Click the link down here below on the screen so you can find out how Diddy's son has been banned from renting any mansions out in LA because he's been thrashing them after throwing some insane parties. I'll check you guys out on the next one. Peace.